Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn with Reza, and today's lesson will be about the grade 9 fractions lesson. So please subscribe, like and share this video. So now let's move into the lesson. Fractions means it consists of a numerator and a denominator. That is the most important thing you should realize, right? So this is the top number is called as the numerator and the bottom number is called as the denominator. Right? So a fraction always consists of a numerator and denominator. And the other thing, the basic thing what you have to know is in grades 7, 8 you are learning that there are types of fractions, right? The first type is unit fraction. Unit fractions. Unit fractions means you are consisting the numerator as 1 and any denominator greater than 1. That is a unit fraction. Second type of fraction you should know is the proper fractions. Proper fractions means when a fraction has numerator less than the denominator, we call them as the proper fractions. The third type that you should know is improper. Remember, proper, improper, two different types. Improper fractions are fractions with numerator is greater than denominator. So when you find any fraction where the numerator is greater than the denominator, we call them as the improper fractions. And the fourth one is now we learned unit fraction, proper fraction, improper fraction, and the last is the mixed fraction. So this is different. Mixed fraction is consisting another part also. A proper fraction, that means numerator greater than denominator and also a whole number. This is called as mixed fraction. Right. So now we have to know the conversions. Converting, you have to know the conversions here. When we talk about conversions, there are two types. Converting mixed fraction to improper fraction and also converting improper fraction to mixed fraction. Right. First I will teach you how to express a given improper fraction, to mixed fraction. Right. Improper fraction means I told you where the numerator greater than denominator. So for example, I can take 7 divided by 4. This is improper. Numerator is greater than denominator. So how do we represent this as mixed? So when we are doing further calculations in your syllabus, grade 9 syllabus, when you are doing further calculation, you will notice that certain answers are coming as an improper fraction. But you can't leave your answer as improper. You should convert them into mixed fraction. So how do we do this? 7 upon 4 means 7 dividing by 4. So in 7, how many 4s are there? Yes, 1. 4 multiplied by 1, 4. 7 minus 4, you are getting 3. So this is the, okay, I'll just name them and show you. Right. Remainder, we call the remainder as the numerator. Remainder is the numerator. The whole number is the quotient. The quotient is your whole number. Whole number means what? In a mixed fraction, you know that I told you, you are getting an improper fraction and a whole number. Whole number is this one, okay? Right. And this one is the denominator. So remember one thing, in a mixed fraction, when you are converting improper fraction to mixed fraction, denominator is always the same. Now I am going to arrange this. Right. Denominator is 4, numerator is 3, whole number is 1. So I can tell that 7 by 4 improper fraction is equal to 1 3 by 4 mixed fraction. So now I am going to teach you the other way around. How to convert mixed fraction to improper fraction. When you are converting a given mixed fraction to a improper fraction, let's take the previous example. In the previous example, I gave denominator 4, whole number 1, numerator 3. This is a mixed fraction. So this mixed fraction we are going to convert to improper fraction. There what you have to do is, the denominator should be multiplied with the whole number. Multiply. That means what you get? 4 times 1, 4. 4 and this 3. You have to add. 4 plus 3. You are getting numerator 7. 4 plus 3, 7. And I told you in the previous time, in mixed fractions and improper fractions, denominator doesn't change. Now you are getting the improper fraction here. So let's do another example. A mixed fraction, we'll take a mixed fraction like 2, 3 over 5. So now we are going to convert this into improper. So 5 multiplied by 2, 10. 10 plus 3, you are getting 13. So 13 should be divided by 5. This is the improper fraction. So let me take another example. 4, 5 upon 8. You multiply denominator and whole number. 8 times 4, 32. 32 plus 5, you are getting 37 and denominator doesn't change. So this is the way of converting mixed fraction to improper fraction. So these things are your previous knowledge. In your grade 7, 8 classes, you are learning these conversions and also the types of fractions. So this is the basic that you should know before you go into the grade 9 syllabus. Right. The next type of fraction is the equivalent fractions. The word itself gives you a hint. What are equivalent fractions? Simple example, I will take it here. Half. If I ask you, give me an equivalent fraction for half. Right. Learn these two things. An equivalent fraction can be made by multiplying or dividing the numerator and the denominator of the given fraction by the same number. Did you understand? You are multiplying the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Any number you like. Okay. So I am getting here 3 over 6. So I can tell that half is equal to 3 over 6. That is an equivalent fraction. I told you not only multiplication, even division. For example, 6 upon 30, let me take. 6 and 30 are multiples. So when I see a number like this, I get, okay, right. Rather than multiplying, I can divide both the numbers by the same number. What number can I choose to divide both of these? Yes, 6. They are multiples of 6 times table. 6 divided by 6, 1. 30 divided by 6, 5. Therefore, I can tell 6 upon 30, the given fraction is equal to 1 upon 5. So, how did I obtain equivalent fractions here? By multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number, or else by dividing the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So, listen carefully. Equivalent fractions can be obtained either by multiplying or dividing the numerators and the denominators by a same number. So, division cannot be applied always. Reason is, in this case, you can't divide both numbers by the same number. That's the reason I took multiplication. But here, you can apply multiplication. No mistake in there. If I want, I can multiply by 2. Then I am getting 12 over 60. So, I can tell 6 over 30 given fraction is an equivalent fraction for 12 over 60 as well. So, I discussed with you all types of fractions, conversion of fractions and equivalent fractions. So now it's our time to move to addition and subtraction of fractions. When I'm talking about addition and subtraction, I'll discuss this under various topics. The first thing is how to add and subtract fractions with same denominator. So this is a very simple thing. Listen carefully, you will understand. Same denominator. Suppose if you are given two fractions with the same denominator, something like this, let me say. Same denominators. Denominators are same. Let me change the numerator, if not you are getting confused. Okay, same denominators are given means, this is grade 6, right? You can write the denominator here without any change and add the numerators. Let me make this 2, okay? Yeah, add the numerators as 2 plus 2, 4. Okay, or else let me take another example. 7 over 6 plus 1 over 6. Okay, so here what you can do here, denominators are same. So you can add the numerator 7 plus 1, 8. Let me take another one. 6 over 5 plus, no, 6 over 8. Let's take 6 over 8 plus 1 over 8. Then you are getting 7 over 8. So not only addition, subtraction also. 8 minus 3 over 4 and over 4. So 8 minus 3 numerators you are subtracting, you are getting 5. Denominator without any change you are writing it here. Right? So this is the way of adding fractions with same denominator and subtracting fractions with same denominator. The second topic I would like to take is addition and subtraction of fractions with unequal denominators. When the denominators are not equal, there are two situations to be discussed. The first situation is fractions with related denominators. You see that denominators are kind of relatives. Other thing is, if this is related, this will be non-related denominators. That means, if you are given two fractions to be added and subtracted with related denominators and two fractions or more fractions with non-related denominators, how do you do that? Let's see. So, the first one is related denominators. If you are adding fractions or if you are subtracting fractions with related denominators. Now, what are these related denominators? Suppose if you are given two fractions where the denominator of one fraction can be made by the denominator of the other fraction, we call them as related. So for example, listen this carefully. If I take 3 over 4 plus 5 over 8, here you can see that there is a certain relationship here. Number 8, the larger number, can be formed by the smaller number 4. They are related. So when you observe, like if you have two students at a school with different grades, you can just analyze their face cut and you can tell, oh right, you all are sisters, you all are relatives. So from the same family. So here also these two are coming from the same family, same multiplication table. So we have to ask whether the smaller number 4, can it make the larger number 8? So if it is a yes, how can we do that? If you multiply 4 by 2, you are getting 8. Remember, if you do any effect for the denominator, you should do the same effect for the numerator as well. But this fraction will not change. You should write as it is because we are making 8. Now 3 times 2, 6 plus 5. The common denominator is 8. So you know how to add common denominators. When the denominators are same, only the numerators are added and you get the answer as 11 over 8. But this is not the final answer. 11 over 8 is an improper fraction. Improper fractions should be converted to mixed fractions. So 8 denominator will not change in improper fractions and mixed fractions. So what is closer to 11 in 8 times table? 8 times 1 gives 8, and to make 11 you should add another, yes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 more. So this is the mixed fraction. In the mixed fraction, you should write the whole number that is closer to making 11. So this is the way of adding two fractions with related denominators. When we can make one denominator by the other denominator, we multiply the numerator and denominator of that particular fraction and we get the answer. So now let's see a subtraction in the similar way. Now let's take the second example based on a subtraction. Now here see, different denominators and different numerators are there. So are these related now? Yes, of course it's related. The topic is related denominators. So the larger number can be made by the smaller number 3. How do we make it now? 11 over 12 don't do any changes. The reason is we are going to make number 12. So let me take it here. 11 over 12 minus 2 over 3. We are going to make number 12 from the smaller number 3. So how can 3 make 12? 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by what number? By 4. If you multiply the denominator by a number, you should multiply the numerator also. So you are getting 11 minus 8 over 12. So the answer will be 3 over 12, the final answer, because this is a proper fraction. Suppose if this one was an improper fraction, you will have to convert into mixed fraction. But still I can see that we can simplify the answer. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. If you divide both by number 3, you are getting the final answer as 1 upon 4. So this is the way of subtracting fractions with related denominators. Now the second part under unequal denominators is non-related denominators. So when you are given a fraction, two fractions with non-related denominators, they are not relatives at all. They're just friends. They're not relatives, right? You can't find the larger number 8 in the family of 6. You can't find that. So what we do there, to make the common denominator, write down here 5 over 6, write down here 3 over 8. We should get the LCM. We should get the LCM. Now what is the LCM? What is the least common multiple that you can find in both 6 times table and 8 times table? 24. So how to get 24 now? By 6 and by 8. 8 times 3 and 6 times 4. So you are multiplying both numerator and denominator by same number. Here also the same story. 5 times 4, 20 plus 3 times 3, 9 upon 24 is common. So the answer will be 29 over 24, which is an improper fraction. So you have to convert into mixed fraction. Denominator is same. 24 times 1 is 24. So now the remaining you need 5. So this is the final answer. So if you don't know multiplication table, if you don't know LCM, you can't get the answer, right? Similarly, now let's go into a subtraction. Right, well, I'll consider two fractions, 3 over 5 minus 1 over 3. Right, now when you see the denominators, they are not related, they are unrelated. So we call them as non-related denominators because you can't find the larger number 5 in the family of 3. So LCM once again. What is the least common multiple you can see in both 3 times table and 5 times table? The least common multiple. Yes, that is 15. How to make 15? 5 times 3 and 3 times 5. So you are multiplying both denominator and numerator by the same number. You are getting 9 minus 5. Common denominator 15. 9 minus 5 is 4. The final answer. You can't simplify it anymore. You don't want to convert into a mixed fraction. See how simple. These are your grade 7 and 8 knowledge. So this is the way of subtracting and adding fractions with non-related denominators, adding and subtracting fractions with related denominators, now covered. Right, okay, now still we were covering the grade 7 and the 8 parts. So now for grade 9 parts, let's move on. Okay, right, before that we have to discuss even the multiplications, divisions of fractions also. So we'll cover up that and move into the BODMAS. Right, the next topic is multiplication of fractions. Here also there are certain areas to cover. Right, let's take one by one. First, I will teach you how to multiply a given fraction by a whole number. Some students are very confused whether to multiply this whole number by numerator or denominator. No confusion. You should multiply it by numerator. It's belonging to the numerator. So you can multiply 3 times 3, 9 over 4. That's all. No any other changes. But suppose if you are given something like this way, into 12. Okay. Rather than multiplying, you can divide both of them. You can divide both of these also. Anyway, that is your wish. Diagonally or up and down. If I divide like this, okay, 2 divide by 2, 1. 6 divide by 2, 3. So I am getting 3 here. Then I am checking whether can I divide these two. Yes, I can. 3 divide by 3, 1. 12 divided by 3, 4. Final answer will be 4 over 1, which is equal to 4. This is called as multiplication of a fraction by a whole number. Now let's see how to multiply a whole number by a fraction. Same example I am taking. Same thing. Multiply the numerator and the whole number. Write the same denominator. If I take another example like whole number 14 and fraction 5 over 7. Then also rather than multiplying, if you can cancel in any means, this way we can cancel. 7 divided by 7, 1. 14 divided by 7, 2. Answer will be 10 over 1, which is equal to 10. So this is the way of multiplying fractions by whole number and whole numbers by fraction. Third example, multiplying a given fraction for you. If you are given a fraction, so for example, let's say 2 over 5, multiplying a fraction by another fraction. Right. This is not like addition and subtraction. You don't want to worry about the denominators. Directly you can multiply the numerator by numerator, you are getting 2. Denominator by denominator, you are getting 15. So multiplying a fraction by a fraction is easy. Let's take another example. 3 over 4 multiplied by 8 over 15. Now, before you multiply, check whether you can cancel anyone up and down or else crosswise. Right, okay, like I'll check up and down. No, I can't cancel. I can't divide them by a single number. Here, no, I can't. This way, yes, I can by 3. 3 divided by 3, 1. 15 divided by 3, 5. 4 divided by 2, 4 divided by 4, 1. 8 divided by 4, 2. So the answer will be 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. So when you are able to divide the numbers by a certain number, divide. If you can't, then multiply the numerators and the denominators. So this is called as multiplication of a fraction by another fraction. The next important thing I want to say is how to multiply a certain given mixed fraction with a whole number. When you are given a whole number and a mixed fraction, what you have to do? Convert the mixed fraction into improper. 6 times 3, 18. 18 plus 1, 19. I have taught this now. 19 over 6 multiply by 4. Now the normal way. Multiplying a fraction and a whole number. So check whether you can divide this way and this way. Okay, right. I can divide this way. Both are multiples of 2 times table. 4 divided by 2, 2. 6 divided by 2, 3. Any other ways? No. So we'll go to multiplication. 19 multiplied by 2, 38, divide by 3. But this is not the answer. Numerator bigger than the denominator. So we have to convert into a mixed fraction. Denominator same. Closest value is 3 times 12. And then you are getting 2. 3 times 12, 36. 36 plus 2 is 38. Last part in the multiplication I can tell you. Multiplication of a certain given fraction by a mixed fraction. So I can take the fraction, no problem. Normally I can take it. But mixed fraction, you should make it into an improper. 5 multiplied by 1, 5. 5 plus 3, you are getting 8 upon 5. So checking whether can I cancel? Yes, crosswisely I can. 8 and 12 are multiples of 2 times table. So, okay, 4 times table is better. 8 and 12 are multiples of 4 times table. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. That is equal to 2 by 3. And also, if you are given a certain mixed fraction and also another mixed fraction, how do you do this? Same way. Convert the mixed fraction into improper. 5 multiplied by 1, 5. 5 plus 1, 6 over 5. Multiply by 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 3, 15 upon 4. Check whether can I cancel this way. No. Then crosswise, yes. 5 divided by 5, 1. 15 divided by 5, 3. 4 divided by 2, 2. 6 divided by 2, 3. So the answer will be 9 over 2. But this is not the final answer. Numerator is larger than the denominator. So we have to convert into mixed fraction. Denominators are same. Closest value is 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 4 and a half. Right. So the next one is division of fractions. Division of fractions. So when we're talking about the division, we should know about the reciprocal as well. So if I consider the first example, 20, whole number 20 divided by whole number 4. So how do we do this now? First of all, you should consider the reciprocal of the second number. So 20 you write as it is, and this division, you should convert. Okay, before I convert, I'll tell you. Some of them they don't know. Whole number means, always remember, denominator is 1. So in this division, you have to take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Reciprocal you have learnt in grade 8. When you are taking the reciprocal, division is becoming the multiplication, and the reciprocal of 4 over 1 is 1 over 4 reciprocal. You should get the reciprocal of the second one, not the first one. Now here you can see 20 multiplied by 1 over 4. In the previous section under multiplication, we discussed how do we multiply a whole number and a fraction. So there I taught you we can either multiply and divide, or else here itself we can cancel both by 4 times table. 4 divided by 4 is 1 and 20 divided by 4 is 5. So the answer will be 5 itself. So this is one method of dividing a certain two whole numbers. And if I consider another one like half divided by 3. Now what do you understand here? Remember this 3 is a whole number. So the denominator is 1 here. So half divided by 3 means I can take this as multiplication, and 3 the denominator is 1. So you get the reciprocal 1 over 3. 3 over 1 reciprocal is denominator becomes the numerator, numerator becomes the denominator. So finally you are getting 1 over 6. Now let's consider the third one as how to divide a certain given fraction. Listen carefully. How to divide a certain given fraction by another fraction. So here we consider the first fraction as it is, and division becomes multiplication, and the second fraction's reciprocal, denominator becomes numerator and numerator becomes the denominator. So now the normal multiplication of fractions. 7 multiplied by 2, that is 14 over 8. Or else you can see 2 and 8 are multiples. So you can divide both by 2 times table. 2 divided by 2, 1. 8 divided by 2, 4. So the final answer would be 7 over 4. This is one method. And if you get like this, if someone didn't notice that, you can cancel. Here you see that 4 and 8 are unit numbers. So they can be divided by 2 times table. 14 divided by 2, 7. 8 divided by 2, 4. This is the simplest answer. But still we can convert this into mixed fraction. Mixed fraction, because numerator larger than denominator means improper fraction. So improper fractions we have to convert them into mixed fractional form. Now next example I'll teach you how to divide a certain fraction and also a given mixed fraction. This is very simple. When you are given this kind of an example, what you have to do is keep the first fraction as it is now, since it is already normal. But this mixed fraction you can't keep as it is. You should convert it into an improper fraction. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. 12 plus 3, 15. That comes upon 4. Now this is a division. Now this one, as previous example, dividing two fractions, that knowledge if you have, you can do this. First fraction you are writing as it is, division becomes multiplication. In the second fraction you get the reciprocal 4 upon 15 and check whether you can cancel anyone. Yes, we can. 3 and 15 are divisible, so I can write down 3 upon 5 multiply by 4 upon 15. 3 divided by 3, 1. 15 divided by 3, 5. So, final answer will be 4 upon 25. This is the final answer. So, now here I taught you under the topic division how to divide a fraction by a fraction by a mixed fraction, then fraction by a whole number and certain things. So, reciprocal thing you should understand very well where and when to apply. So, here now let's take another example, how to divide two mixed fractions. So whenever you are given mixed fractions, you have to convert them into improper. So 9 3 upon 8, if you convert, you get 75 upon 8 divided by 7 1 upon 2 will become 15 by 2. So you should write the first fraction, then division becomes multiplication. Second fraction's reciprocal is 2 upon 15. And you can see last digit 5 means you can cancel them by 5 times table or even 15 times table. So 15 divided by 15 is 1. 75 divided by 15 you are getting 5. 2 divided by 2 1. 8 divided by 2 4. Final answer would be 5 over 4. But you can notice that that is an improper fraction. So we can convert it into a mixed fraction without changing the denominator. The closest value for 5 is 4 times 1 gives 4. 4 plus 1 will give 5. So you are getting 1 upon 4 as the final answer. Now we are going to the most awaited part, the BODMAS. So I'll be doing the off part and BODMAS together. So you know what's BODMAS. Even a grade 5 student know what's BODMAS. B for brackets, O for off, D for division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. In other terms, brackets of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So let me start with a very simple example. If you are given a fraction like this with two mathematical operations, multiplication and division, I'll take multiplication and division. Now note this, BODMAS. Multiplication here, division here. So what do you notice? Division is standing first. Division stand first. So you should solve the division part. Don't do any effect. Write down this way. But here, put the division mark. Convert this into improper. 5 times 1, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. That is 7 upon 5. Now, still we didn't finish division. So equal mark. Again write the same fraction, no effect for here. Our first duty is to finish this part because division. Multiply by 1 over 6, no effect for this one. I told you in division, you have to do the effect for the second fraction by changing the symbol into multiplication and getting the reciprocal 5 upon 7. Some students, they write the symbol multiplication and they forget to get the reciprocal. Don't do that mistake. Now, very comfortable. All are multiplication. So, you are learning this in grade 7. When all are in multiplication, you can just directly multiply or else you can cancel the values. First of all, rather than going to multiplication, to make your simplification easy and to save your time, what you have to do, observe whether you can cancel anyone like this way or crosswisely anyway. So, I saw that 5 and 5 are same. So, 5 divided by 5, 1. 5 divided by 5, 1. 3 divided by 3, 1. 6 divided by 3, 2. Any other things? No. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 1, 1. So 1 comes numerator. 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 7, 14. So this is in its simplest form. It's not improper, so no need to convert into mixed fraction as well. The second example, let's take with the off part now. 2 upon 3 divided by 7, 1 upon 2 of 2 upon 9. Of is there, division is there. Look at this. Of stands first, division stands second. So according to the BODMAS, now let's solve this. Write 2 upon 3, no effect done, division. 7 1 upon 2, convert into improper. 2 times 7, 14. 14 plus 1, 15 upon 2. Of means multiplication. Of means multiplication, 2 upon 9. Now, division and multiplication is there, but we have to solve the multiplication first here because it's a of. It came through of. 2 upon 3 divide by, I'll put a bracket here to make it easy for me. And now I am going to cancel 2 and 2. 15 divided by 3, 5. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So you are getting 2 over 3 divide by 5 over 3, which is equal to 2 over 3 multiply by reciprocal 3 over 5. So 3 and 3 cancels, answer will be 2 upon 5. So here you should be very careful. This is not multiplication, it's kind of off we take it here. So first we have to solve that part and then only we have to go to the next. Another one let's take with brackets. 7.5 of, and within brackets I would like to give 2 over 3 divided by 2 over 9. Now 7.5 let's convert into improper first. 2 times 7, 14. 14 plus 1, 15 upon 2 of. First the bracket should be solved. Whatever inside the bracket it is, bracket should be solved. So instead of division I put multiplication and get the reciprocal and I check whether I can cancel. Yes, I can. 3 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now you are getting 15 upon 2. Of means multiplication. Brackets are not there hereafter. Numerator is 3, denominator is 1. Answer will be 15 times 3 divided by 2. Now you can get 15 times 3 is 45 upon 2. So you can get the mixed fraction 2 times 22 and 1. 22 and a half is the answer for this question. So now this is the way of doing any calculation given with several mathematical operations. It can be addition, multiplication or division, subtraction, of or else with brackets. So now let's go into a little bit of word problems that is related to your syllabus. So now just I'll take some questions from your exercise 3.1 grade 9 part 1 book page number 35. So I'll take this question now. 2 upon 3 of 4 upon 5. So of means I told you multiplication. So we can put the multiplication mark and we can multiply and check whether we can cancel anybody. We can't do there. So we multiply directly the numerators by the numerator and denominators by the denominator. So it's proper fraction. This is the final answer. And if I take another example from your same exercise, sixth one, 1 upon 3 of 2 5 upon 8. Both are mixed fraction. So when mixed fractions are given, you have to convert them into improper. 3 multiplied by 1, 3. 3 plus 1, that is 4. So 4 upon 3 into 8 into 2, 16. 16 plus 5, 21. So 21 upon 8. Now I am checking whether I can cancel. Yes, I can. They are related. So 4 divided by 4, 1. 8 divided by 4, 2. 3 divided by 3, 1. 21 divided by 3, 7. Answer will be 7 upon 2. But I can't leave it like that. Reason? It's an improper fraction. So I have to make it mixed fraction. 2 times 2. 2 times 3, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. The answer will be 3.5. And if I take another example, the last one of the first question, 5 upon 9 of 1 4 upon 5. A proper fraction given, write it as it is. Of means multiplication. Convert the mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So you are getting there 9 upon 5. Each get cancels. So the answer will be 1. Now the second question. I'll be taking a little from that. Roman number 2, they are saying, how many grams is 2 upon 5 of 400 gram. 2 upon 5 of 400 gram. Suppose if somebody say, okay, this is 2/5 of the 400 grams. 2/5 of means that word of is not just. It is a multiplication of 400 gram. So your answer will be coming in grams. 400 is divisible by 5. 5 times 1 and 5 times 80. And 2 times 80 is 160. So the answer is 160 grams. And the next one I would like to take is fourth one. How many meters is 1/8 of 1 kilometer? So here directly 1 kilometer is given. Like they are asking how many meters. They want the answer in meters. So the first thing you should do is you have to convert that into meters as 1000. Now you can solve that. 1/8 into 1000. So you have to know that 8 times what is 1000? So 1000 divided by 8, you are getting 125. That is 125 meters. Right. Another question taken from exercise 3.2. Let's take. Last question. A father gave half of his land, that word of half of his land to his son. These are coming to all of us also. Half of his land to his son. 1/3 to his daughter. So he gave 1/3 to daughter and half to his son. Son donated 1/5 of his portion. 1/5 of his portion. Then you should write 1/5 of his portion is half. That is the donated portion. And daughter 2/5 of her portion. Daughter donated 2/5 of her portion, 1/3, to the charitable foundation. The foundation decided to construct a building on half the land received. So before that we should find how much the charitable donation received. So 1/5 of half is 1/5 into half, that is 1/10. 2/5 of half is equal to 2/15. Now charitable donation received these both. So you should add that how much they received. 1/10 plus 2/15. So you can't add it just. You should make the common denominators. So 10 and 15, the LCM, that is 15 times 2 and 10 times 3. You should multiply and get the common denominator, and you will be getting 3 times 1, 3 upon 30 plus 2 times 2, 4 upon 30. In total, that is 7 upon 30. So this is the portion received by the charitable foundation. But the question is, on what fraction of the total land was the building constructed? Because they say that foundation has decided to construct the building on half the land that they received, half the land. So 7 upon 30 should be multiplied by half, which you get that 7 upon 60. This is the portion on which the charitable foundation has built the building. So this is all about the fractions lesson, the basic questions. So you should, I discussed here grade 8 and 7 knowledges as well, and other than that the BODMAS too. So hope this video has helped you to have a clear idea about the grade 9 syllabus fractions, and this is very important in your further lessons as well. So please subscribe the channel and share it among your friends. Have a nice day. Thank you.